Is this the start of something big? They had the players-only meeting. They got back to 500. Is this the start of something big?
The only time will tell. But it has all of the ingredients, right? So you had your players-only meeting. You've reached the boiling point. You're below 500. Everyone just put it all out there. Trey Turner actually said it's do or die.
He did say that a couple days ago.
You're down 9 zippy. Everything's looking bleak. And to come back from that and explode the way they did and ultimately score 14 runs and hold them off.
That's a big win.
That could be a massive win, something that could propel them. But, they lose today and then lose tomorrow. It's kind of all for naught.
And this sounds like a cliche, but
it has the ingredients.
Every team has them. It could be a season-defining win.
Yeah.
Could be.
It has the ingredients.
Now, like you said, they could lose the next 3 to Miami, and then, you go to Pittsburgh.
There's nothing.
You're 8 games back. But last night was one of those games where you look back in September and go, you know what? That was the biggest win of the year.
If the starting pitching improves. Because the starting pitching's been woeful for the last month.
I have heard some criticism that Davey threw Hellickson out there knowing he was sick because he's had the flu. And I don't know if Hellickson just convinced Davey he was okay to go, but it was obvious early in that game that he wasn't. And he had Jeffrey Rodriguez, who was a starter in the minor league level, ready to go. But, he went with it. It wasn't a great decision because he gave up 8 runs or 9 runs, but they got the win. And that was a huge, huge win for them.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'd love to hear from the callers, 800-636-1067. What were sort of your range of emotions as you're watching that? I mean, the Nats and their players-only meeting, we're just getting trashed. Through the first 4 or 5 innings as they were down. I got home from softball from my daughter, and they.
So you're saying they were getting trashed on? Twitter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, people just killing Davey, killing the camel bit, killing the players-only meetings.
Yeah.
All of that, and then as they start to show life, then people all of a sudden they kind of settle down a little bit. But the question is, do you think, if you had to guess, is this the start of something big, or is it just an outlier? That it's just one of those fluky things that never happened before where they've come back from 9 runs and they'll go back to, being shut out again tonight or tomorrow?
I don't know about shut out. It seems to me like an outlier because didn't they pound out like
17 runs against the
Phillies and then
you're not going to score 14 runs.
Then they lost 5 straight.
No, but will they start winning? Like, today I would assume would be like a 3-2 game, whichever way it goes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a 14-12 game.
I think that they will. I think they're going to win tonight. I think Gio's going to pitch better. I don't know if they're going to win 3 out of 4. I think they should. But you got to remember, in this swoon in the month of June, they played some really good teams. I mean, they played Atlanta. They played Philly a bunch of times. They played Tampa, who's pretty good. They played the Yankees. Now that they played Boston. Now you're going to play Miami 3 more times, Pittsburgh, who's 40 and 46, and then they play the Mets. So this is the time before the All-Star break where they got to put something together.
Right.
And maybe last night kickstarted it.
Right. So
and JP, I would argue that Matt Adams is not the fill-in. I would argue that Ryan Zimmerman's the fill-in for Matt Adams.
Okay. I'm not disagreeing
coming
with
into
you there.
the year.
Remember,
yes, you're right.
I placed a wager with EB, and this was if he was healthy. I didn't think Ryan Zimmerman was going to play 135 games.
Right.
Now, clearly he's not going to because of injury, but I thought Matt Adams was going to be a platoon first baseman, essentially with Ryan Zimmerman playing primarily against lefties because Matt Adams has been that good, and he's proven to be that good. I think generally speaking, it could be the start of something big, but generally speaking, when you've played 86 games, it's enough of a sample size to say this is what you are. I think they'll be a little bit better, but I don't see them ripping off this huge, let's say 25 out of 30 streak.
Oh no, who does that?
Where all of a sudden they get to that 90 win.
Well,
threshold.
no,
you know what? Let's take it step
what
by
if they
step.
win 6 of 10 and then just slowly build, get healthier?
They've got 10 more. Can they win 6 of these 10?
Yeah,
sure.
win 6 of 10. Get Strauss
but that's not
back.
something big. Like
well,
to find
it's a
something
start.
big, like
you got to start somewhere.
I think first place, they can still get to first place. So I'm not overwhelmed by the Braves. I know people say they have an unbelievable offense, but I think they could potentially catch a race. But I've seen some of the math scenarios that people have played out. Like for the Nats to get to 90 wins, they have to have a really impressive second half.
Yeah.
Like numbers-wise.
Well,
I think after 86 games, 43 and 43, I think they're a little bit injured. But I don't know if they're that much
Well, they
better
need to
than
play
that.
like 650 ball
Yeah,
to get
I
to
don't see
90
that.
wins.
Let's just say they go 6 of 10 here in this next 10 before the All-Star break, and they cut back into that lead for the break. But, let's say they're 4 back. They're 4 back by All-Star break.
Then they're fine. And then they get Strauss back. They get Zimmerman back. Bryce starts slowly but surely coming around. I don't know.
Now, if they
Murph starts coming
if
around.
they fall back into a swoon like they were in 5 games ago, then in their 8 games back, then you say, all right, well,
this will be the telling factor. If Daniel Murphy and Bryce are combined hitting 200 in, say, August 1st, it might be over.
Yeah, I think
they need those guys to start producing.
Yeah, I think the problem is twofold. They obviously aren't consistently getting enough hitting. Yesterday they did. But, man, their pitching's been really bad, too,
Pitching's
now.
been really bad.